this is Deb Fair with Four Seasons Crafts. This is part 2 of a 3-part series on stamping using the Sweet as a Peach stamp set. So I showed in the last video the different ways you could shade to get a really good looking peach. So what we want to go through today is all the versatile ways you can use a couple of these stamps to make other fruit. And this is just going to be simple stamping. So we're going to use stamps, ink, and paper, and that is it. So let's get started. So the first card we're going to make, we're going to use, again, just some basic white, and then we're going to mount it on some colored cardstock. And we're going to use the three peaches together, and we're also going to be using the branches with the leaves. And then we're going to use a couple sentiments. So the one thing we're going to do is change up the colors. So the first thing we're going to make instead of a peach is going to be an orange. So we're going to actually use pumpkin pie. And we're going to come in here and actually before we stamp, oops, getting ahead of myself. Before we stamp the peaches, we're going to go in and stamp the leaves. And I'm going to use some Old Olive. We're just going to stamp that up and put it right here, and we're going to do a couple different ones and do some really pretty just branches and leaves coming down in various spots. Here we go. Right, and then we're going to go in, and now we're going to stamp using our peach stamp set, and we're going to line up these corners. You can kind of see as you put them close down to your paper, to your image, you'll kind of see where those stems come and meet the actual fruit. And we're going to stamp that 3 different times. And it is amazing what color can do, right? We think of the stamp set and we think, oh, those are peaches, and yet we can easily go in here, change the color, and get something that looks totally different. I'm gonna line those up. I might have moved that one, and look at that. Looks like a little orange tree. So now we're gonna go and take a piece of pumpkin pie cardstock, and we will trim the edges. We stamp our greeting first, but we're going to go ahead and go in and we'll stamp our greeting right now. And I actually pulled the greeting from Sweet Strawberry, and there's one in there that says, that was so sweet of you. And then on the inside, we can stamp thank you. In this case, we're just going to stamp the outside, and we are going to put it right in the middle of all of these oranges. But isn't that adorable? So probably what I might do is just do one more here, just to give it a different look. But you can see, guys, how that looks like oranges instead of peaches. All right, let's move on to our next one. This time we're going to take another piece of basic white cardstock. And this time we are going to make some cherries. So we are going to be using real red and cherry cobbler. And this time I'm also going to use some pear pizzazz. So we're going to, again, start here. We're going to stamp out our leaves, and we'll put them kind of all around our cardstock. And this time we'll put them all the way around. Again, we'll take them a little bit off, going different directions here. And then maybe just a little on the bottom. There we go. And we'll put our greeting in the middle. All right, so this time we're going to use some real red and cherry cobbler. So we're going to start with cherry cobbler. And again, we're going to find where those stems kind of line up. That is the nice thing, right, about the photopolymer stamps. And we're going to do a few more. I think it's time to re-ink the cherry cobbler. All right, there we go. And I think in this one we'll just make them all. Again, you line those up and you can see how they actually look like little cherries, don't they? Now I'm going to turn my card sideways because I'm going to try to get these two right down here. And so they're going to be a little off, but that way we can get a good portion of them on our card. And there we go. And there now we have a set of a card that looks like cherries. And again, we'll stamp our greeting kind of right in the middle. There we go. All right, so there we go. There you have it. There's the second one. So again, here's our first card, oranges, cherries, and now we are going to move on to some blueberries. This one I think is going to be really quite amazing. And again, I'm going to use the Pear Pizzazz, and we'll use that one. And this time I'm going to do them, we're going to turn our card this way, and I'm just going to do them down the side here. So we're going to do them that way. So again, take the Pear Pizzazz, ink it up. And there we go. And now we're going to use, for the blueberries, we're going to use Pacific Point. So again, just dab those in and line them up here. And look at how cool that color is. Gotta get my stems just maybe a little more lined up there. This one is off. There we go. And one more. You guys, again, you know, you can see just how something as simple as adding a different color can change a card. Okay. And again, now we're going to put in our greeting, only this time we are going to use the Pacific Point as for our You're So Sweet, or That Was So Sweet of You. Okay. And there we go. Okay, so we're going to finish up the video on You're a Peach stamp set, where we were making using different colors of ink to show different ways to use the You're a Peach stamp set. So here's the card that we were kind of wrapping up before chaos ensued here. This one shows the using Pacific Point and how we get something that looks more like blueberries. So I'm going to go through and show you a couple other ones that we had already done, and then some that I had stamped off camera. So this is one using lemons, and here I just masked using a piece of Post-it note tape across, and then stamped using Daffodil Delight. And then this one we did with the cherries, and of course peaches. And we did the orange on camera. And then the other one is plums. Isn't that gorgeous? all with just changing the ink color. So when you're using this stamp set, you don't have to just think, oh, peaches. You could make a card. You could make a suite of cards like these right here. And you could give them put them in an acetate box and make a whole set. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please comment below if you have any questions. And if you don't have a demonstrator, I would love to have you as a customer and someone to share creative ideas with. You can visit 4 Seasons Crafts, and that's the number 4, 4seasonscrafts.com, to order the products used in this video. And thank you. God bless. Have a great afternoon. Thanks. Bye.